What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have some deck profiles for EX5 format of the Digimon TCG. Now, I know EX5 is going to be over real soon. We're getting into BT15 pre-release starting at the end of next week, but I wanted to have some EX5 deck profiles that I've been playing with up for the end of the format. And we got two, starting with our green Leomon deck. There was a lot of different decks that I was interested in EX5. In fact, I thought I was going to do a Leopardmon deck, but I kind of Leomon won out my heart because I love him. He's the king of the beasts. So thematic. I've been waiting for a really cool Leomon deck. Now, this deck doesn't use a lot of the other cool support we've got over the years, like the Pangemons and Pangemon X antibodies, but it does have some really cool abilities and some really great cards. And I thought, it'd be cool. This is the Animal Coliseum EX5 Leomon deck. So this is really cool. And I didn't do a green deck profile in BT14 because nothing really interested me. So this is our first green profile in a while. And hey, it's not plants or insects, so makes me kind of happy. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about this and let us see what we got in this deck profile. And hope you guys enjoy. And hey, if you like this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Without further ado, let's get into our deck profile. We're starting off with the eggs. We have 4 Fremon from EX5. He is the Leomon baby. It's when attacking once per turn. If this Digimon has Leomon in its name, draw 1. So he's your draw egg. You gotta need him. Good draw power. Get to your pieces. Starting with the level 3s, we have some good level 3s now for the Leomon deck. We have Elecmon, which is a on-play reveal top 5 and add a Leomon to your hand and put the rest on the bottom of the deck. So that's really great. It's great because it's reveal top 5, and but it's unfortunately you only get to grab 1 card. So you do put a lot on the bottom of the deck. And then on deletion, De-Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon. So one of the things about this deck is it kind of punishes your opponent for killing your monster, or even punishes them for you killing your own monster, say against security. So that's something really good. A lot of people find, oh, well, it's on deletion and stuff like that, and that's not as good. I think that's actually really cool, and I don't think that that's bad at all. So I actually really like that. And we also have the other level 4 or level 3 for Leomon, if I'm pronouncing that right. He digivolves for 0 from Fremon, just like Lekmon does. Otherwise, you're paying 1. On play, search your security stack and add a Leomon to your hand. And then if you added a card by that effect, recovery +1, and then shuffle your security stack. And then he has the inheritable on deletion if one of your opponent's Digimon gets, minus 2,000 until the end of the turn. So again, punishing your opponent for killing the guy, or punishing them if you run your guy into something, and also allowing you to search. So really great search power. And then we also play 2 Palmon. Palmon's something I've been thinking about. Like, I've seen people play 4. I've seen people play a bunch of like your memory blockers or your effect blockers and stuff like that. I do like the 2 Palmon because I think it's really good because there's so many different things that you can do with it. So at start of your main phase, one of your opponent's Digimon gains all turns. When this Digimon becomes suspended, lose 2 memory until the end of the turn. We do have a bunch of suspension effects in this deck, so there's ways to get that. And then inheritable once per turn, when this Digimon would Digivolve, if you have a green tamer, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1, which I think is really awesome. So you do reduce costs, especially because you might have to pay more on one of your level 4s for this, but you also have the potential, if you suspend something, to gain memory back. And we'll talk about that later on. The last level 3 we play is 2 Terriermon. Your opponent can't gain memory except with tamer effects. So this is the only one I feel like playing. I was looking at Pomamon as well, but Pomamon actually hurts you too if you're not careful. So I think the Palmons actually give you greater consistency. So we're going to go in. That's 12 level 4s. We're going to put the Palmons up top because we were going to talk about the Palmons with other of our level 4s that we get. So we also, for our level 4s, start off with the King of Beasts himself. Play 4 copies of the new EX5 Leomon. Digivolves from an Elecmon or Leomon for 2. When attacking, this Digimon may Digivolve into a card with Leomon in its name in your hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. So you're going into your level 5s for 2, which is really good. He has the same on deletion is Leomon, De-Digivolve 1. So really, really good. Of course, your Palmons or your Terramons will Digivolve for 3. But like I said, if you have that Tamer, you get that reduced Digivolution cost when you go into your 5. So you can potentially Digivolve into your 5 for 1 when attacking with him. So it kind of balances out, and that's why I like that. Plus, if you can suspend your opponent's Digimon with an effect, you gain 2 memory back. So there's ways. There's ways. And then same thing with Leomon. Its name is treated as Leomon, so you can search it with all the Leomon effects. Digivolves from a Leomon and a Leomon for 2 again. Again, 3 for Palmon and the Terramon. But it's got the same when attacking to reduce the level 5 Digivolution cost by 1. And it's got the same on deletion as Leomon, which is one of your opponent's Digimon gains minus 2000 DP for the turn. So again, you can stack that. You can stack the De-Digivolves. You can stack the minus 2Ks, or you can have a mix. So that's kind of cool. Last thing we play for level 4 is we play 2 of the BT14 Leomon. He's your Warp Digivolve guy. When attacking, if the attacked, I think it should be attacking, but if attacked a Digimon with a higher DP than this Digimon may Digivolve into one of your level 6 Digimon cards with Leomon in its name in your hand for a Digivolution cost of 6, which is kind of steep, but you are Warp Digivolving past 5, so that's kind of equals out if you think about it, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. So yeah, and then while this Digimon has Leomon in its name, it gets minus 2000 DP, plus 2000 DP, inheritable, so it gives himself a boost. The cool thing about this guy here is that he Digivolves for 2 on the Palmon. So like I said, again, if you have something that can suspend something, you can potentially gain memory and then use his attacking ability to Digivolve, reducing that 6 to a 5, which is actually pretty good getting into a level 6. So these are really good with the Palmons. And yeah, it makes it kind of worth it. Now this guy is a little bit harder to set up, so that's why we only play 2 of it. I was thinking about doing 3 and 3, but these are just too good, honestly, with their reduced costs. And you really got to set this guy up. You got to have something your opponent has suspended, or you got to be able to suspend something. So yeah. And then that's it for level 4s. Going on, we have our level 5s. Our level 5s are really good too. We start off with 4 Leomon. He's Digivolve level 4 with Leomon in its name for 3. It's got Fortitude, which is the new EX5 ability. So when this Digimon with Digivolution cards is deleted, play this card without paying the cost. So it just comes back. That's why this deck is scary, because you do all that shenanigans with your inheritables, you minus DP, you De-Digivolve, and then you put your guy back on the board so that you can go into your level 6 later on. So Fortitude's great. It's on play and when Digivolving, so you get so you get his on play when he plays off of Fortitude, which is return one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less to the bottom of the deck. So you De-Digivolve something with the effect and then summon him back, you can then potentially bounce your opponent's monster if it's low enough. And then he has inheritable, if this Digimon has Leomon in its name, gain piercing. Really, really good. The cool thing is, like, he dies and puts himself back on the board, and then you go into your level 6, and your level 6 has piercing, which is really cool. And then we have the Loader Leomon, which is your other level 5. He also has Fortitude. He also Digivolves for 3 from a Leomon in its name. He has inheritable opponent's turn while this Digimon is Leomon. It gains blocker, so this is your blocker guy. And then it has an on-play when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000. So again, you're minusing like 4000 DP off the deletion effects, and then playing this guy twice in a turn, which can potentially net you another 6000, which is 10,000 DP. So it can be really good. And you don't have to be afraid of attacking, because you attack with your level 4, and then you play this guy or the other guy, and you get all these abilities going off. So again, really great level 5 lineup. Wouldn't change anything about it. Going on to the level 6, we have our boss monster. This is the EX5 boss monster. We do have another one we play, but this is the main guy. You need heavy Leomon. He's Digivolve 5, but he's Digivolve from a Leomon name. Level 5 with Leomon in its name for a cost of 4. It's got Fortitude 2, so he can survive and come back. He's got when Digivolving and on deletion, De-Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon, and then return one of their 6000 DP or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Super good. And then end of attack, and once per turn, return one of your opponent's 4,000 DP or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. If you don't, unsuspend this Digimon. So really, really good. You can get multiple attacks in, especially with cards like Piercing, or you can just blow away your opponent's board. The other level 6 we play 2 Boncho Leomon, because how could you not play the boss Boncho? He's super good. He, again, Digivolves for 3 from a level 5 with Leomon in its name. When this card would be played from the hand, if you have 6 or fewer total cards in both players' security stacks, reduce the play cost by 5. So you can play him for 7 late game if you need something good, which is actually kind of cool. And then he has on play when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and then all turns. So he gives you a suspension effect. So if you can go into him, you can potentially get memory with Palmon. From those different effects we talked about. And then suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. All turns, once per turn, when a Digimon becomes suspended, you may have one of your opponent's Digimon gain minus 4,000 DP and gain security attack -1 until the end of their turn. The cool thing, it's all turns, so it's defensive, really good defensively against your opponent. If they can't kill it, they can't security bomb you and try to just rush through your security, and you're minusing their DP too, so that they can die. So it's really good stun card and perfect number at 2. So that's our boss monsters. Last we play for our level 7s. I play 1 Quartzmon and 1 Death-Exmon. Both really good cards. Death X, just again, you're playing a lot of De-Digivolve cards, and if you don't really go super wide, so if your opponent does, you can punish them, and that's really great. And then, of course, Quartzmon, because I do play HPD. It's a green deck, and this card just shuts out games. So you can build up. Your opponent has to get around this card, and it can get you game while you build up your comeback for if they get around this card. It's a super good card. Really hard to get around. I thought I wouldn't play 2 of it. I don't think I need 2 of it in this deck. Just because it's not super easy to get into all the time, but I think 1 and 1 is a good split, and they both add some defensiveness to the deck. So that's it for our Digimon. Lastly, for Tamers, play 2 Mimi. Super good. You got you keep your level 5s on the board a lot of the time, so during the main you can then hatch again or move something up and continue to go off on plays. So you do love the Mimis there. And we're also playing 2 Taiga. Taiga is just really great. When you Digivolve into a level 5 or higher card by suspending this Tamer, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So just one of these in combination with the Leomon can make your level 5s a 1-cost Digivolution, which is just crazy. 0 if you have both on the field. It's only 3 to play, and then of course it also gives you plus 1,000 DP, which is great for your high end and for your guys not dying all the time, which is good. And it's not so good with this guy because you want this guy to be low and stuff like that. So it does give that guy a boost, and you don't necessarily want him to be boosted. But I mean, it's 1,000. It's like 5K half the time. You're probably going to be attacking something higher than 5K. So I mean, that's it for our Tamers. Lastly, we have our option cards. We play 2 Flashy Boss Punch, the Boncho option, 8-cost option. Well, you have Digimon with Leomon or Boncho in its name, you may ignore the Digimon's this card's color requirements, which is not necessarily a problem in this deck because everything's green everything's green in this deck, so it doesn't matter. And then main, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 12,000 DP for the turn. Then one of your Digimon with Leomon or Boncho in its name may attack. So this is really cool too, because if you hit this off security, it does the same thing. It suspends and then get minus 12,000. Again, it can set off your Palmons. If you play it, it is expensive, so you can play it for 6 potentially with the Palmons, which is a lot better since it takes out 2 cards. And then one of your Digimon with Leomon can attack and then Digivolve. So that's really, really good. Really good. We also play 1 Needle Spray. I wish I had more room for more, but I just don't. And I like the rest of the deck the way it is. So Needle Spray is free with Palmon because if you suspend the thing it targets, then you basically get the tube memory, you pay back for that, and then you set up your Leomon to be able to warp for, warp for 5 because of the reduced cost. So that's a pretty good combo. And you get 2 uses out of it too if it's in security, because you get to activate the card's main effect and then add it to your hand. So I think you do get multiple uses out of it if it hits security, which is really great. And I would like to play more, but I like the flashy boss punch, and I think it's a little bit better. So I like this the way it is. And of course, I have to play 1 HPD. It's an amazing card. And then lastly, we play 2 green memory boosts and 2 agility trainings. You can use this. This is good because you can use this on your level 4s before you attack. You can't use it when you attack to Digivolve, so it's not. I didn't want to run more of it, but I do want to be able to search my tamers and stuff like that. I don't want to put them on back all the time. Memory boost is generally going to be better in this deck because you are attacking to Digivolve a lot, but you will use this, like I said, you can use it with your Digivolving your level 3s into your level 4s, and then your 5 into your 6 and stuff like that. So it's just not going to be useful getting into your level 5s because you're not going to want to use that because you can't. You have to Digivolve right after you spend it. You can't attack. So there is that. So that's the deck, guys. Tell me what you guys think. That's what we got so far. I really like the guys here. The Boncho and the Heavy. I still have a couple boxes of EX5 coming, so I'm hoping I maybe get an alt Heavy Leomon. Hopefully I'll pick him up later on. I do got the 2 Boncho. I didn't actually pull any regular Bonchos, so all I have is the 2 alts. So it was kind of perfect. I had just the right amount of cards I needed from the boxes I've opened so far. But it's a fun deck. It's really great. I'm honestly really glad to be playing a green deck that's not insects, and I'm really stoked that I get to play a Leomon deck, so that's really cool. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. Did you guys enjoy this? Do you think it's a competitive deck? I don't think it is. It's good enough. It'll hold up in a tournament, I believe. Like that whole, I don't showcase decks that I don't believe, or at least high tier 2, tier 1.5, and I feel like this has the potential to be that, but you will have struggles, I think, in a tournament. It is more of a fun deck, but you could potentially do really well. Surprise factor is going to be huge, right? Because not many people play this, so they're not going to know how to get around certain things. So they're going to be basically trying to kill you super fast, and if you can, block them and set up your stuff, you'll be in a good place. So that looks like all the time we have for the video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.